bought this thing online. It's a it's kind of like one of those relay battery isolators, but they call it a continuous duty solenoid. It's rated up to like 300 amps, so you can mount it in your like RV, but I'm gonna take it and repurpose it and put it in my car. I kind of found a spot where I think it's gonna go good, but I'm kind of worried about this. The length of this bolt here is kind of long. It's gonna go into the it's gonna be close to the positive terminal. I don't want it to, you know, ground out or whatever. So, it's gonna kind of be in the way to getting everything secure and looking nice and everything. So this is what I'm thinking that I'm gonna do here. You can see the bolt. I'm gonna mount the relay, the isolator, on these two bolts here, this one and this one. But this, the way the bolt is, it's gonna stick into the solenoid, and so I'm gonna try. I gotta cut this bolt off somehow, and or make it shorter. And that's my idea, and that's the spot I've chosen to run it. And yeah, so let's hope it goes well. First, I don't even know if this little inverter will work, but I got this inverter set up, and hopefully it'll power this, and I don't have to go take it over to the garage, because that's kind of the point, is to use an inverter like this off my battery, and like a house battery that I can stick in the cab and have power on the road, you know. So it's kind of what I got going here. It's old Ford Exploder with a 4.0. Anyways, you know, I'm not gonna need that much power. You know, charge my phone, power my laptop, you know, do some knick-knacky stuff, you know, just to have extra power, you know, plug-in power. So, I mean, because that's necessary. You don't want to be just using your battery, you know, leave yourself stranded. You want to be able to charge it up. You want to be able to isolate the systems and have an extra battery. So this is how you're gonna do it. So this is gonna be my temporary location for my inverter. It's just kind of double-sided 3M down there, so it's nice and solid. It's not gonna walk around. Just gotta clean this up a little bit here still, but I got my ground situated, all clean and nice and tidy, and that's plumbed into there. I got a little grommet that I need to install. So when I put the battery in, I'm going to install the grommet. But that's going in to a grommet that's down a natural hole in the body, and with a grommet that it's plumbed down through there. I got conduit all the way down the conduit all the way down the frame. It still needs to be zip tied a little bit more secure underneath there. I'm not going to crawl under there on the blacktop right now, but I was going to test this battery fitment, but it looks like it's way too big and tall, so that's not really going to work for the test. We got a battery in Allison's truck. I got to clean up these terminals right in here since we're adding on a battery. See, there's where I put my section of wire, and that's going over to my continuous duty solenoid. Here's my ground. This is going to eventually turn into a switch that's going to run into the cab, and that's going to be my ground disconnect. So that'll end up being my switch inside for if I want to, you know, turn off my charging battery in the cab. But yeah, so we'll clean up those suckers. And, I need to make a little better spot for this and make this notch this out so it's not going to cut into the wire here. I need to make a better secure spot on this fuse, but it's on the fused side, so this wire is fused by me jumping it on this side. This side of the fuse is a keyed power, so only when I turn on the power does this side of the fuse light up. This side's cold right now, and well, this side's cold right now too, but when you light it up anyway. So this will be my switch in there. This is temporary. This is just for the testing. It's going to be a lot cleaner here. I eventually want to tie it into one of these fuses in the back of the block underneath. That'll be the next little project, but we got to make sure that it works, you know. And then this is my wire. I got it conduit from all the way from this section all the way back to the grommet underneath the car for where it drops in underneath there. So this is the section here where I've chosen to put my batteries. And I got a couple of batteries I want to test, but I want to make sure that this little trough doesn't need to be trimmed or what. But I mean, I need to clean it out still. It's still pretty dirty from all the drilling, and the plastic here kind of messed up the first hole. It didn't really want to live in here, but I don't think that's going to matter because I'm going to have a cover over this. It's going to make this all nice. It'll tie it in. The batteries will be all secure. But yeah, I was able to bridge this up a little bit and trim some of this plastic back so I could get a stack of washer on there, and then I cleaned the paint underneath in there, so that's all clean. I got my plenty of length here so I can come over here to the positive side of the battery. I think I'm gonna eventually this positive is gonna live all over here because I'm gonna have like 3 in series. I'm not even decided what I'm going to do yet. If I'm going to do a 6-volt and do tie over 2 and 2 to make 12, and then tie the 12 together to make a really big, you know, 2 bank cell, or you know, whatever you call it. I don't know, but whatever the terminology is these days, where you kids are calling it the cell packs. But I've always wanted to do this in a car, and obviously this is not going to be the best inverter to be used. 410 volts, I mean watts, or you know, 410 watts. We're not going to be able to get. I mean, I'm not going to be powering power tools or anything. I'm just talking about my computer, you know, having the necessities on the road, maybe a light. You know, I don't imagine I'm going to be pulling out that too many amps. But I'm going to put a little plate in here. I'm going to put a little amp meter so I know how much I'm drawing. This isn't going to be the actual wires that go to the inverter, but yeah, that's kind of how it goes. Look, it's a power converter. Funny. But yeah, so that's kind of the way it lives. It's going to live, and then bing, this will just, you know, however that's going to lay down in there. It'll tie in, and it'll look nice and neat, and still it'll look relatively stock. Be, I guess, the best angle because it's as good as it gets. So we want the vacuum to come on. This cord over here is going out to the vacuum cleaner. Okay, so hopefully that's just because we don't really have a great connection here. We're still pretty darn loose, so hopefully that's why it's just cut out there. Let's tighten her up and we'll test it again. Part of what we're having to deal with right now. Let's go back here, we'll tighten her up, and then we'll go from there. We'll drop the battery in and see how that works. See if that's any better. No tricks. Look, no tricks. How could that be a trick? No tricks. Right? This is straight power from my car through an inverter. But you wouldn't be able to run this thing off this little inverter. Just plugging into your cigarette ashtray. Or that's the way they want you to do it. That's the way they want you to do it. Plug it into your cigarette ashtray, but if you do that, no way. This thing will load up so fast and turn off. Well, that was nice. Broke. Still work? Still works. Shizo. I should be sponsored by these guys. Look at this. I got all their junk. Walmart. I don't know if it was a Walmart. I got this in the estate sale. I got that in the estate sale. I got the other one in the estate sale. But no. We'll see. I think Grayson should sponsor this video. I've used everything from estate sales. I got the wires from the estate sale. I cut these up out of a set of jumper cables. That was the gauge wire that I needed. So I was like, look at this. This is perfect. And it's that oil resistant style. So I just cut those up. I got a negative cable. I got a positive cable. I got this from Grayson's. The only thing I didn't get from Grayson's is I got that other thing from Amazon. But I got this from Grayson's. Shoot, I got that thing from Grayson's. The solar panel. I got that at a Grayson's sale. Look, you can still see this where the sticker was that I peeled off of it and stuck it on the box and it's sitting next to it. But yeah, so Grayson's, if you're listening, you gotta sponsor me for this video and give me money, because I'm plugging you. You already gave me all this stuff and I paid you for it, so maybe you could let me do some shopping at your store here. Give me a gift certificate. Boom! Exploded. Mind blown.